Hi, Rajesh. Rajesh, I think you are muted. Yes. Hi, Rajesh.
Hi, Soman. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about you? Thanks for asking.
Very well, very well. Just been traveling on short notice. I didn't plan to be here in the US, but I had to. So I'm taking this call at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh my God. You could have
Oh,
told me to
yeah.
reschedule.
No, it's fine. It was a very last minute thing that just happened. So, and I'm still very jet lagged. So I barely get any sleep in the nights. So yeah, that's fine. We can go ahead.
So, but how you are serving the quarantine notice and all stuff? Because you
Yeah, so
said
I'm not
this.
directly in the US right now. I have to be in Mexico. So I'm in
Ah,
Mexico City, serving the quarantine period, and then I'll be in the US next week.
okay, got it, got it. So basically, I'll give you a heads up. Like for this
Mhm.
particular session, this was initially planned for Atlassian Community Singapore, but later on we extended to Indore also. Like people from two cities would be joining. I have got around 15 to 17 RSVPs. I'm
Mhm.
not sure about the Indore crowd. I see Vikram also joined. Vikram is from Noida, I think. Hi, Vikram.
Hey, hi, Suman. Hi, Raj. Yes, I am actually from Gurgaon, right? Uh, Delhi NCR Atlassian Group, right? So this is my second interaction with Suman, right? Raj,
Yes,
hope you're
Vikram.
doing well.
Very well, thanks. Thanks, Vikram. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, buddy. And where are you located?
I was just talking about that. Right now, I'm in Mexico.
Okay.
Okay. So what we'll do, we'll wait for some time and then we'll start. Wait for maybe 5 minutes or something like that.
Mhm.
Oh, we can
Sure.
do it.
My presentation will run for 30 minutes, Soman.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
20 minutes most likely, and then
sure, not a
we can
problem.
take it from there.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll wait for another 5 minutes. I'll see and check with the other participants. I've got around 17 to 17. I just checked 17 to 20 RSVPs, and a few people from Indore would also be joining. So I'll just check with the Indore community leader and I'll just get back.
And Suman, have you attended in the morning? There will be any session from Noida Group as well?
No, we had another session some time back, but that was for the leaders, and
Okay.
that was basically some kind of yoga session or something like
Oh, okay.
mindful of wellness and all stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw you and Dipanshu over there, right? I thought like they
yeah,
made the session in the morning as well, right? Usually we start around 12 noon or after that only, right?
correct, 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 correct. Yeah, yeah. Dipanshu was also there. Okay, so let me just check with Pushpakant. Pushpakant is basically the uh, I mean, he's taking care of the indoor city. He only insisted me like, can I include my city? Because he was also interested to attend this session. Yeah. So just give me a couple of minutes. I'll get back to him and I'll just drop by.
So, Vikram, you are managing the indoor community.
I'm sorry, Raj, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was asking if you're managing the indoor community.
No, I'm not right associated with Indore. Actually, I was with Delhi NCR group only, right?
Mhm.
But now due to the COVID, I'm luckily or I think right interaction with you folks as well, right?
Okay.
Usually it would be for only Delhi NCR group only, right? I got a chance to interact, but due to pandemic, I was saying it like I got a chance to interact with across the globe people as well, right?
Interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And this is
Yeah,
the very
this
first
actually
time.
opened up an opportunity for
Yep.
regional communities to interact with people around the globe.
Exactly.
So-
And this year only I attended the summit as well online, right?
That Atlassian 21 Summit, right? I have
Exactly.
SK also has joined. Hi,
Hi.
SK.
Hi. At last I join you. I made my promise.
Yeah. So SK, I promise the session is fully power packed, and it's Raj who is joining the call from Mexico, and it's 3:30 in the morning there. So he's taking so
Oh,
much pain for our community,
wow,
actually.
so much commitment, man.
Yeah. So I just got the notification from the Indore leader. Is like Pushpakant. He's
Hi.
joining. So yeah.
I have joined.
Oh, hi Pushpakant.
Just give me a minute, please.
Yeah, and I have Sarthak also along with us. Hi Sarthak.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for being late. It's Saturday, so
Hi, Pushpakant, right?
that's right.
So Pushpakant, like I have received around 17 to 20 RSVPs, but I see people are joining. So probably they would be a bit late or something like that. So
We always used to get this many number of RSVPs, but I have
Mhm.
never. I mean, I've hosted around 5 or 6 events for Singapore,
yeah,
and I never saw more than 8 people joining the meeting.
last session it was I got around kind of 37 to 40 RSVPs, and we had around 20 people on the
Wow, wow!
and
I mean,
that was really good.
that's a very good turnaround.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there is some amount of people getting tired of a lot of these sessions happening. I mean, especially in this pandemic season now, more and more people are going into this online format. It can get a little bit tiring for the audience. There are people who are genuinely interested in this kind of content,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
it's just like
Yeah.
too many of them happening. So I think one thing that we decided also is it's not about the live audience, but if you have quality content that can create value, you can actually package that
Yeah.
for asynchronous consumption. People can check out the link and download the video and just
Absolutely.
consume it anytime when they get a chance.
Yeah.
So
So what I usually do, Rajesh, sorry to interrupt, is like after the sessions, what I do is like I record the sessions and I just share it across with all the audiences, like if at all they wanted to refer, or if in the leisure they wanted to see what all
Yep.
things were being discussed. That is really helpful. So now also rather I'm recording the session. Yeah.
that'll make total sense.
You can do
All
also
right.
one
I
more
mean,
thing. You can
go ahead.
create a channel on YouTube for Singapore community, and then you can post your, upload your videos over there. So it is available on open platform, and anyone can refer it. Not just Singapore community, but anyone who's
Right.
interested and want to go through these sessions, they can go through it.
Right. So shall we start?
Yes.
I'll suggest
Yeah.
let's wait for another 3 minutes and then we can start, so that
Okay.
like a couple of folks from Indo communities are also joining. Like she has just joined it. A couple of more folks are pinging them to join.
Okay. Hi Samvid.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm good as well.
Fantastic. So SK, I'm seeing you after a year.
Yeah. Usually I don't turn on my camera, but
Is Neil still the leader of community on Singapore?
I don't get any response
Han.
actually from him.
Yeah, because
But
I mean, when I left Singapore, he took over from me
mhm.
basically. So I am not sure whether he's still
Yeah,
there.
because we tried to reach out to him multiple times, but we didn't get a response.
Okay.
So probably
Even I also tried to reach him out, like to give him a proper handover, wherein what I used to do, what all the different accounts
Right.
I had, access I had, so I can walk him through. But I
Mhm.
never got a response from him.
Right.
Soman, if you can make me host.
I'll do that right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is that I'll just quickly share my screen, and I'll just quickly, I'm pretty much sure like most of us are pretty much aware of the format and the the schedule of this particular thing. So just 1 minute. I'll just quickly go through for those who are joining in for the first time. So just 1 minute. I'll just.
I think I'm the only first timer. Right?
So today's session is Slack first ticketing make JSM Java. I mean this Jira Service Management ticketing faster with Slack. And we are already aware of the code of conduct, like please stay on mute all the time unless you have specific questions to ask. And if you have a noisy background, you can turn your video off to avoid the distractions. Also, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. You can just hit the raise hand icon and the moderator, I mean myself or Rajesh, would be calling out your name for the questions. So today's agenda is like we are supposed to start from 4:30, and the topic I have already told, how JSM ticketing experience can be faster with Slack integration. And we have Rajesh Sangamugam along with us. He is the founder and CEO of Trooper, and he would be running the show after this. And then in the last section we have for QA and the event closure. So if you have any questions, you can jot it down, or even if you want to ask in between, you're happy to do that. You can raise your hand. We can have that. So with this, I'll just stop the sharing and I'll make Rajesh as the participant, as the host, so that he can share his screen and he can show us the stuff. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Soman. So first of all, thank you for this opportunity to talk to the Singapore community about what Slack first ticketing. This is a topic that we at Trooper are very passionate about, and we'd love to create value and with this presentation for your community as well. So, all right. So I want to start with a little bit of why do you need to care about Slack first ticketing? What does that mean, and why is it important now? Slack and Atlassian have built some really incredible tools for effective collaboration, specifically for agile teams. So if you are an organization that's currently using Slack and Jira, you probably are using Slack for all kinds of internal communication, and you're using Atlassian tools like Jira software and Jira Service Management for issue tracking and ticketing purposes. What we have seen is an integrated Slack and Jira experience can be a force multiplier because your team is already in Slack, and you have a really powerful toolkit in form of Jira. And if you can have these two tools deeply integrate, that can create value that's a force multiplier for your teams and create new opportunities for better engagement and collaboration. So one such use case, which is specifically of interest for this session, is Slack first ticketing. We're going to see how an integrated Slack and Atlassian Jira service management experience is going to create opportunities for better and faster ticketing experiences for your team. So if specifically you're using Jira Service Management today, if you are a large organization that's has an internal help desk managed by Jira, it's not uncommon for your teams to actually have conversation around tickets happening in Slack, and then people copy pasting those conversations into the Jira tickets to capture that context, right? And similarly, when there is an update that's happening in Jira, it's also not very uncommon for people to copy that status or have some form of communication about that current status pasted into Slack for updates. And this is happening across all organizations, and we have around 2,000 customers, and we are seeing that this is a common thread. I mean, there are like 100 different reasons why you should integrate Slack and Jira, but specifically in the ticketing context, we see that this is the core of the problem, that people are having to spend a lot of time in switching context and copy pasting stuff from Slack to Jira and vice versa. And definitely that's not very productive way of working. So why move your ticketing to Slack, right? I definitely want to set the context that Jira's service management is a very powerful solution for internal ticketing specifically. And if you have an IT team that's delivering a ticketing solution via Jira Service Management, it's a very powerful way for them to manage internal requests. The only challenge that we are having now is with respect to how to improve the engagement in terms of people reporting requests and problems and incidents into Jira. Because a lot of this, a team is engagement is currently happening in Slack. And the more natural way for people to interact with other people in your team is to simply send a Slack message, right? So how can you allow that natural conversation to continue to happen while also leveraging the power of Jira in terms of how it delivers ticketing experiences for your team? So the first reason is just because, Slack is where your team is. I mean, if there is one platform where you can reliably reach your team members, that is Slack. If your team is using Slack, there's very, very high odds that your entire team is heavily engaged inside Slack in terms of for all internal communication purposes. And it's the most reliable way for you to reach them directly by sending a message to them in Slack. And if your team is already using Slack, a lot of the ticketing conversations are already happening in Slack. So you may have a ticket created for an internal request in Jira Service Management, but a lot of times you end up having a conversation with the relevant people in Slack about that ticket. So it may be that the person who's reporting this request is having a conversation about the status, or the agent wants additional information from the person, and the quickest way to get that is simply by sending a message in Slack to the relevant person, right? So the conversations are already happening in Slack. And Jira Actions in Slack are 2 to 5 times faster, and this is something that a lot of people realize. We come from, I represent Trooper here, we build Jira Slack integration, but Trooper is not the only way to integrate Jira and Slack. The moment you establish any form of integration between Jira and Slack, you quickly realize how easy and powerful it is to take the same actions that you would take in a Jira app directly in Slack. And it is way faster because you don't have to log in and navigate multiple screens. The action comes to you directly in Slack as a message, and in a click of a button, you're able to take those actions in Slack without leaving the Slack screen. It's simply more easy and intuitive. A lot of people have mentioned to me that there is a significant resistance in terms of getting people to update Jira. And I have experienced this personally as well. Jira is a very powerful tool, but in terms of when it comes to the question of having your team fully engaged and keeping Jira current in terms of the project data or ticketing information, it's really hard to get that kind of compliance from the team. Integrating Slack with Jira can be just that hack that you need to get better engagement from your team, because it's simply more easy. It's just right there in Slack in terms of what action you want your team members to take. And it's way more intuitive because everything is happening as a conversation in Slack. And if you're a IT manager and you're manning a help desk currently in Jira Service Management, you may ask, I have an efficient process in place. I have people reporting each tickets through Jira Service Management customer portal or through emails. Why should I consider Slack moving my ticketing to Slack, right? So here are the metrics that we have gotten from our experience serving this solution to our customers. And it is certainly true that you are getting very significant improvement in response times up to 90%. That's simply because these conversations are happening in Slack, and everybody is online right there. And having a acknowledging request and having a back and forth conversation is just way more natural and easy and intuitive. So that leads to better response times, and the overall resolution times also go down significantly, because the communication and the ticket lifecycle management is all embedded inside your Slack conversation. So these are metrics that are real. I mean, you can actually, if you implement these integration, you can actually have these benefits for your team. And customer satisfaction is through the roof. I mean, you can see that the moment you introduce Slack integration, you see how it is a win-win solution for every stakeholder. As a customer who's reporting the issue, I feel that I just don't have to learn another tool. I don't have to go to another portal, fill a bunch of forms, and then submit my ticket, and then go back there every time if I want to get an update. All of that is happening inside of Slack. So as a customer, I'm super satisfied. And customer satisfaction, if you run those surveys, you will see how that is going up as well. And if you're an agent, right now you're copy pasting a lot of these conversations happening in Slack into Jira, and all of those updates happening in Jira, you're having to communicate them in Slack. A lot of this context switch can be saved, and you are going to end up saving up to 120 hours per employee per year, and this is something that you can very well see for your team as well. So as an IT manager, you want to make sure that you provide better experience for your team members. You want to make sure that your team is working way less on mundane stuff, but way more on strategic stuff. And you also want to provide overall improvement in productivity across the organization. So there is a win-win situation created for every stakeholder. So with that, I want to jump into a demo of how this experience can look like. I'm going to talk about 4 key experiences if you switch your ticketing to Slack. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is how a simple Slack conversation can automatically sync into Jira two-way. So everything that's happening around that conversation is captured in Jira, and any update that's happening in Jira is also captured inside the Slack conversation. The second thing that I want to demonstrate is if you are a team of agents manning a help desk in Jira, you can have a dedicated triaging channel in Slack, which will notify you about every new ticket that is created, no matter where it is created. And you can actually handle those tickets, update those tickets, comment on those tickets, all of that inside Slack. So as an agent team, your entire ticket triaging experience is now captured inside one Slack channel. The third thing that I want to demo is Jira's customer portal experience. If you are already using Jira Service Management, all of your customers are reporting issues using the Jira customer portal. And what we have built is a mini customer portal inside Slack. So people who are used to reporting tickets right now in Jira customer portal will have a very similar experience, but completely inside of Slack. So I'm going to show you how that is going to look like. And finally, I want to show you how ticket reporting experiences can be in Slack. This can be as simple as what are my open tickets right now? As an agent team or management, I'm interested to see the metrics in terms of what my team is working on, or what what my team has achieved in the past. So all of that reporting can now be delivered into Slack. So what you see today as a very powerful reporting experience that is available in Jira, you can now bring all of that inside Slack. I'm going to show you what that experience looks like as well. So with this, I will jump into a demo. Any questions so far?
Yes, Rajesh, Shumen here. So just a quick thing, like this is for Jira Service Management. So
Mhm.
I was just thinking, like, when we work in IT, like we have got agile projects also, right? I mean, where we do the software development.
Yes.
So I mean, that's a different template one when we create a project. So how to retrofit this? Because in many of the customer premise, we have seen, like, we have Slack, we have Jira as well, and we do raise bugs or the defects when we do the testing,
Yes.
when the sprint is over, or in between the sprints. So how this can be leveraged there as well? I was just trying to retrofit, means maybe after this demo I will understand it in a better way. And yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think there is no need for retrofit because we have two separate products. One for Jira software project integration with Slack, and one
Okay.
specifically for Jira service management projects integration in Slack. So there's the focus of today's discussion is around ticketing experiences in Slack.
Right,
So
right.
I'll stick to that. But Soman, I mean, we can definitely talk about maybe even a separate session where we talk about Jira software project integration into Slack and how that can be powerful as well.
Okay, so you already have that in place.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome,
Maybe I
awesome.
just
Yeah.
want to show you the website, what we do. So Trooper is, our vision is to make Jira way faster and provide more delightful experience via Slack. And there are 4 different products that we have introduced to achieve this. Today we are talking about Slack First ticketing. We have separate products for Slack First issue tracking, which is the Jira software integration piece, Soman. We also have Slack First check-in meetings. So if you're an agile team conducting Scrum ceremonies routinely, we can have integrated Scrum ceremonies conducted asynchronously in Slack with deep integration with Jira as well. And finally, I talked a little bit about this, we have the reporting experiences. So any kind of report that you have configured in Jira can now be delivered into Slack channels. So people can see them, consume them, and also take action on them. So those are the 4 products. Today, we are focusing on the Slack First ticketing experience.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, sure.
All right. All right, thank you. So, Saman, let me jump into a demo now. I mean, I talked about the first thing that I want to show you is how to set up a ticketing experience in Slack. Typically, the first thing that you do is you set up a dedicated channel. You can name that a help desk channel. And in this channel, the first thing that you would do is invite Trooper. So Trooper can deliver the ticketing experience. And once you have invited Trooper, you announce about this channel to your organization, so everybody is aware that now there is a help desk channel, rather than go into Jira Service Management customer portal to file tickets. People can simply come here to this Slack channel and start reporting tickets here. So let me take an example of a customer. The name of this customer is Satya, and he's reporting an issue with his laptop. Now, generally what happens is, before you have any sort of Jira integration, when someone customer is reporting an issue like this, you would probably point him to Jira and say, hey, fantastic, we are ready to help you. Just follow this link, go to Jira, file the ticket in the portal. Now, this is good for the team that is managing the request, but it's not very ideal for the customer because he's having to jump to a different screen and learn a new process about how to report a ticket. And then he's not really sure when there is an update, and then it's a high friction process. And what we offer as an alternative here is, if Satya, the customer, is reporting a request, don't have him navigate out of Slack, but instead, if you are the agent, and in this case, I have 2 different Slacks open right now. One is the customer, and the other one here is Sundar, the agent who's manning the help desk. What he's going to do rather is he's going to convert this into a Jira ticket by simply clicking on a button here called Task It, and then clicking the create button here in this form. Now, what has happened now is this conversation, just the customer just initiated, has been converted into a Jira ticket automatically by Trooper. And not just that, Trooper has created a new channel dedicated for conversations around this ticket. Now, this channel obviously is available to both the customer and the agent. The agent can ask some questions around this ticket. And the customer can have the conversation around the ticket and answer those questions. So this back and forth can happen in Slack. So I want to show you, all of the experience in Slack before we navigate into Jira. Now, if Sundar, the agent, is the right person, the first thing that he will do is assign the ticket to himself. So go here, click on assign to me, and then the ticket is now assigned to Sundar. You can see here the ticket is assigned to Sundar. It is updated. However, the ticket status is still open. Maybe the agent wants to convert the ticket status into in progress. So the ticket status is now updated, as you can see, work in progress. And now all of this has happened in Slack. The agent can continue to have conversation here. And a lot of times when you have these conversations, people generally attach media files or images as proof or screenshots as proof. So that can happen as well. So let's say that I am actually attaching something here as proof. So the agent can say, so agent can continue to work on it. So now all of this is not going to happen in real time. There might be process that takes more time for the agent to respond to. But what we have to notice here is both the agent and the customer has never left Slack to do anything about the ticket, right? All of this conversation is happening directly in Slack. So now let's see what has happened to the ticket that got created by Trooper. And you can see here in this ticket, the entire conversation that happened in Slack is captured as comments, including the attachment. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, actually once we create the ticket, it automatically creates the channel on Slack, right? For each individual ticket.
It's the other way around. When you when the customer starts the conversation, it automatically creates the ticket in Jira.
Okay, and once the ticket is closed, the channel gets automatically deleted or something like that.
No, there is no dedicated channel creation because that can be a high friction process. And a lot of times it's not very productive as well to keep creating channels and deleting them. Instead, what we do is we create dedicated channel threads. So there is one channel thread corresponding to every ticket. So you can see here that, this is superior experience to creating new channels. Number one, because there is no overhead and you don't have to remember every channel. And number two, you can see here that all of these dedicated threads are appearing in the same channel. So you can just navigate up and see all of the open tickets that are happening and live at any given point. And there is no spam on the main channel. All of the conversations are nicely tucked away inside the thread. So so it sort of provides the superior experience to you in how tickets are managed in Slack.
Okay.
And customers are also preferring this kind of experience now vis-a-vis creating dedicated channels. There might be instances where there are long-running tickets where you want to have dedicated channels. That is also possible, but majority of the times when you have tickets that are resolved in short time periods or not running over several months, it probably makes sense for you to stick to Slack threads for those tickets.
Actually, there is a similar requirement I have been through. Like what they want is, they want the ticket to be created on priority wise. So what I was thinking is, if the ticket is of high priority, then maybe we can have that separate channel of that ticket. And if the ticket is of medium priority, then maybe we can have separate channel. If something
Yeah.
like.
No, so I will show you a demo of that as well after this. So you can compare and see, what makes sense for your use case. I mean, there might be, like you said, priority based, ticket triaging that happens in dedicated channels. But I'm talking about scenario that's a most common scenario where people have, ticketing experience in a common channel, and dedicated threads are created corresponding to every ticket.
Okay, perfect.
Raj, one question, Vikram here. Right, do we have any
Yes.
similar integration with Jira Service Desk as well? Because when we do a Jira Service Desk ticket, there will be SLA for that, right? And if there will be any SLA breaches, right, so that we can get some notification in the Slack, like suppose like if a ticket has to be closed in, suppose P1 ticket has been to be closed in next 4 hours, right?
Yes.
And probably you are only left with 1 hour, right? So that you get
Yes.
some sort of notifications that this ticket is about to be breached, right?
Vikramjit, this is a fantastic question, and this is a very common scenario as well. And we have a specific solution for that. That is my demo number 4. So if you are okay, I will just come to that exact scenario in the 4th demo.
Perfect,
Uh,
perfect, Raj. No worries. You can carry on. I can hold my question, right?
Sure, thank you. All right, so we are talking about a conversation happening in Slack and how all of that is captured in Jira automatically, completely transparent to both the customer and the agent, because neither of them had to do anything for this experience to happen, right? And you can see here that even the attachments are captured nicely, and all of the context is nicely preserved inside Jira. Now I'm going to show you what happens in case somebody actually updates the ticket in Jira. So it really doesn't matter where the updates are happening to the ticket. It might be in Jira. It might also be in email update. It might be in Jira mobile app, or any of the different ways that the updates can happen. All of those updates will be captured and synced into the Slack thread, right? So as a customer, I have just one place in Slack where updates from across any different methods of channels are all captured and synced in this Slack thread. So it's a way more superior experience, for your customers, that they are able to get all of these updates right here in Slack, and also at the same time providing the flexibility for the agents to make the updates to these tickets either in Slack or in Jira or any other place where they feel comfortable. So this is a complete two-way integration. So maybe once there is a resolution, um, the agent wants to mark this as done. So what I want to quickly show you is that the ticket status here shows work in progress, and the agent is now making an update to resolve the ticket in Jira, not in Slack, but in Jira. And when he does this update, the status changes to done in Slack in real time. And there is a notification sent to the customer, everybody is updated that there is this change has happened. So everybody is happy. So what you're seeing here is an end-to-end ticket lifecycle management that is deeply integrated with Jira, and it's a complete two-way sync. It does two things. One, it provides a very natural and intuitive way for customers to report issues in Slack without having to navigate into Jira. And two, for the agents, it saves a ton of time in copy pasting all of this information from Slack to Jira, and also having to inform manually about any kind of update that's happening in Jira to your customers in Slack. So all of those mundane stuff is completely automated. And the entire ticketing experience is one Slack thread conversation. So this is what you're giving to your team. This is something that, you know, if you introduce for your team, you know, this is going to be a really powerful and more intuitive alternative to ticketing experience that you can have. So that's my first demo. If there are any questions here, I can take it, or I will move to the next one.
So a quick question, Rajesh, like we have got something called watchers for a ticket. So maybe for a particular ticket, more than 2 people are watching. So will that person be also added to the Slack thread?
Not automatically, but yes, I mean, anybody can participate in this thread, and people who are participating in this thread are automatically added as participants to the ticket. And in case you want to, you know, make an update to the participant list, you can also, you know, in case you are not a participant already, you can just say start or stop watching here, and you know, you will start you know, watching this issue. So you become a participant of this ticket as well. So anybody can do this. I mean, this can be somebody who is interested in this ticket, or this can be one of the agents who wants to know about what's going on in this ticket as well.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I mean,
Raj, the tool looks good. I have a question. So can you throw some light into how this application can distinguish itself from what HALP provides? So the
Yeah.
basis is I am actually evaluating a tool for one of my customers, and I do have an option for HALP, right? So
Yes.
can you throw some light on this? What are the differences, and if are there anything that this application does better, or the HALP doesn't do that, or anything, like you can explain the difference?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said in the beginning, you know, Trooper is not the only path to integrating Slack and Jira for ticketing experience. There are a few other options as well. HALP is definitely the most popular one. So one thing that you have to recognize with HALP is, you know, HALP provides a way to do ticketing even without Jira. So that means that HALP has its own ticketing solution. So it has a nice little app where it can manage tickets, and it can do stuff very similar to what Jira Service Management does. And the way that HALP integrates with Jira is when you create tickets, those tickets are actually created in HALP. And then further, those tickets are synced into Jira. So if you're okay with having two ticketing solutions and, you know, having them in sync, and I think HALP is completely, you know, definitely a great option for you. But what we have seen is a lot of our customers are not very comfortable putting a intermediate ticketing solution between Slack and Jira. They want a way for the Slack, you know, conversations to directly sync into Jira and not go through some intermediate ticketing solution. So if that is important to you, then, you know, definitely you should consider a solution like Trooper. So that is one reason, right? I mean, the other thing is that, you know, we have some really powerful reporting solution that is integrated with the product. And I will show you a demo. That's demo number 4. So I will show you how that works as well. And like I said, also in the beginning, Trooper is not just for ticketing. We have 4 different products. And the good thing is all 4 products are one integrated suite. So when you purchase Trooper, you are actually purchasing all 4 products together. And because it's all one integrated experience, a lot of our customers value consolidating tools together. So you don't want to buy separate tools for integrating with Jira software, separate tool for integrating with Jira ticketing, and separate tool for running your Slack stand-up meetings, and separate tool for, you know, bringing Jira reports to Slack. So if you don't want that kind of complexity, then Trooper might be the solution for you.
Sounds good. Perfect. Thank you.
All right, so let's quickly move to the second demo. I will take questions on that as well. The second demo that I wanted to show you is the agent experience. Now, what you saw so far is how you are providing a superior experience for your customers to report tickets in Slack. And now I'm going to talk about how we're going to set up triaging experience for your agents. And if you're an agent and you care about being able to manage tickets in Slack, what you care about is just being notified about new tickets, and also being able to update them, and probably add some comments, and have some conversation on that ticket happening in Slack, right? It's slightly different from conversations that you have directly with the customer in a shared channel. So I'm going to show you how this looks like. The first thing that you do is set up an agent triage channel. The way it works is you set up a new channel configuration in Drupal, and the channel configuration looks something like this, that you want to be notified in real time about any tickets that are getting created in the Jira service management project. And you want that to be notified in a specific Slack channel. And in case, I think one of you asked about how about if I want to be notified about specific high priority tickets, then you can have all those filtering options. Here you can mention priority equals something. Any JQuery here, any valid JQuery would work. So this can be useful if you are not interested in all tickets, but you're interested in a subset of the tickets created in this project. So then you can have that filter created here. You can also select specifically what type of events you want to be notified about. You can also filter by what transitions that you want to be notified about as well. So in this case, I have selected everything. So let's see how that works. Let's start by actually creating a new ticket in Jira, right? So let's say that somebody just came here and created a new ticket. And as soon as this ticket is created, you would get a notification in Slack about that ticket. So you can see here that there is a new notification. What you're seeing is that this is a compact form of notification, so it doesn't really crowd the entire channel with a lot of information. And all the relevant information about the ticket is there inside this thread, right? So if you click on it, as an agent now, I get like a real-time notification as soon as a new ticket is created, which is super useful. And it's not just a notification about the ticket. I also have all the information about the ticket. And if I need additional information, I can click on view button here. It shows me all the addition, the information about the ticket here. And I can take all kinds of actions, like, and I can change the status, add comments. I can edit, I can add some linked issues, and anything that you can do in Jira, you can now do it in Slack, right? Now, the most common thing that would happen here is, the agent would start updating this ticket with some comments. And he can also add, assign the ticket to himself. All right, so this is the so he can assign the ticket to himself. So let's say he does that here. And just as we saw in the customer channel experience, all of this is synced up into Jira. And maybe there is some update happening in Jira on that ticket, and that gets synced into this ticket as well. So you get all the benefits of two-way sync between Slack and Jira, and you also get notified about any new tickets getting created in Jira or anywhere else in Slack. Really doesn't matter, right? So you can also see here that the ticket that we earlier created in the customer channel is also captured here. So the entire conversation that happened in the customer channel is also visible in the agent channel. So that means that so the customers can create the tickets in Jira via email or in Slack, irrespective of where the ticket was created. The agent is notified about it here, and the agent can continue to have conversations and make updates to this ticket right here in this channel. So that is the agent triaging experience that I wanted to show. And this is the most popular thing. I mean, a lot of our customers are using Drupal specifically for this triaging experience. One thing that I want to do mention is that we have built this over a period of 2 years, and it has compatibility with all kinds of Jira service management configurations. A lot of our customers have been using Jira for several years, right? And what happens is when you use Jira for a long period of time, you have accumulated a lot of custom configurations on your projects. Some of them are not easy to be compatible with, but we have over a period of time built extensive compatibility with all kinds of Jira configurations. So this is something that works out of the box in any Jira setup, and you can get these experiences in a matter of minutes. So you install Drupal, set up this channel configuration, and you have this entire agent triaging experience set up in a matter of 5 minutes, if not less. All right. So any questions on the agent triage experience?
Hi, SK here. I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, because if I have a big organization and I got so many tickets coming in at the same time, I can foresee it could be a lot of noises, like, they are unable to. Can you hear me correctly? You can hear me, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is there a filtering, a filter that maybe I only be as, I mean, like some ticket have been unassigned, like what your pointer is. If already assigned out, it can be like, already have a different status or something that I do not need to worry about it, like at immediately or something like that, like filtering, a way to filter it in this page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if I understand your request right, I mean, there are some, so you're asking about filtering options.
Yep.
Where you specific types of tickets to be integrated with Slack, but not all of them. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I showed you briefly about the filtering options that we have. So if there is a way for you to generate a JQuery corresponding to the types of tickets that you are interested in, right? So there are so many ways to use Jira. Sometimes what we have seen is people create one help desk and have the same help desk for all types of requests. And if you're not interested in most of them and you are interested in specific types of requests, then you can probably specify request type equals something here. Or you can specify, priority equals something, or any custom field. I mean, there might be a specific custom field that you are tracking, and only if the custom field is set to a specific value, you want that to be integrated into Slack. So all of those filters are possible. One other thing that we see is that people create different Jira service management projects, one for each type of help desk, right? You may have like a customer support help desk, IT help desk, HR help desk, maybe DevOps help desk, engineering help desk, sales support help desk. So when you have like different help desks set up for different types of requests, you can set up each of those help desks to be mapped to a specific channel in Slack, right? So in this case, you're seeing that the integration is between a specific Slack channel and the Jira Service Management project. If you have multiple such projects, you can create more of these configurations. You can create a new channel configuration here. So let's say that I want to set up a new channel configuration. I can go here and add a subscription to a different project, maybe not ITSM demo, maybe I want a Scrum demo or a different project, right? So you can configure any number of these channel linkings in Drupal, and each channel linking corresponds to mapping a Slack channel to a Jira Service Management project. Does that help, SK?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
All right. So the next thing that I want to show is the Jira Service Management portal experience. So this is how ticketing is happening today, right? I mean, if you are if you're a customer, you have a problem, your laptop is not working, or you need additional licenses to a software that you're using, or any kind of issue that you want to report. The way that you're doing today or expected to do today is to actually go to a Jira Service Management portal, right? So let's go to the portal. Yeah. So let's go to the portal here and look at how the portal experience is for your customers. So when you go to the Jira Service Management portal, the first thing that you have to do is select a request category. So let's say that I want to select a common request, and I want to say a system problem, right? And probably report email is not working, and you can describe, so, and you go ahead, pick some of the other fields, and then you submit this request. Now, so this is the experience. This is fantastic. This is really easy. If only people would actually come to this page and create the ticket, it's a really simple and intuitive experience. But a lot of times, people find this there is this being a frictionful process, if I can say that, because people have to navigate away from where they are and have to fill up this form and submit it. So if you want to provide a similar experience in Slack, Trooper is one way to do that. We built a mini Jira Service Management portal experience in Slack. And for you to get that experience, you have to come to Trooper Assistant in your Slack workspace. Trooper Assistant will be available to everybody in your Slack workspace, right? Your administrator installs Trooper, and it's a one-time installation process. And once the Trooper is installed in Slack, Trooper is now immediately available to everybody in the organization, right? It may not be immediately visible in the sidebar, but anybody can just discover Trooper by going to apps and just typing Trooper and clicking on Trooper Assistant, right? And you can reach this place. Now, once you're here, there is this button called plus ticket to create a new ticket. And when you select a ITSM project, you have the same experience that you have in Jira Service Management here. You select the request type category, and you select the request type here, report a system problem. And it populates automatically the same set of fields that you see in Jira Service Management. So all of this is completely dynamic. So if you have spent significant time setting up these types of requests in Jira, you really have to do nothing more to have the same experience in Slack, right? All of your configurations in Jira is fully respected and 100% compatible with how the information is pulled in Slack. And it's completely dynamic. So based on the request type that the customer is selecting, the forms are automatically pulled. The field informations are automatically pulled from Jira and automatically populated here. And in case there are fields that require some drop-down values, that is also populated here. So you don't really have to do anything to simulate the same experience of Jira Service Management customer portal in Slack. So way more convenient, completely dynamic, and way more easier for people to discover and report tickets in Slack. So if this is something that you would want to introduce to your team, so that you can, especially if they are used to reporting issues in Jira Service Management customer portal, it's a least friction path because they are already familiar with this process. And now they can do the same thing in Slack rather than go into Jira and report the same ticket, right? So that's the customer portal experience that we have built in Slack. Any questions on this one? All right, so we'll quickly move on to the last demo that I wanted to do, which is Jira reporting in Slack. Like I mentioned, we have extensive reporting support. So, if you have any report that is there right now in Jira, there is a good chance that you can actually generate and build and share that report in Slack using Trooper. We have a lot of templates that are built in, but you can really pick and customize any of these, or create something from scratch as well. So I'm going to show you two types of reports today. One is a chart report, which generates nice looking charts that are delivered into Slack. And the example here that I'm going to pick is, so let's say this ITSM demo, right? And I'm generating, let's say, a pie chart of open tickets by status or priority or something like that. It can be anything, right? So you can just prepare any custom report. So select the pie chart and select the project and additional information about any filters that you want to specify, and then pick your, how you want to generate this pie chart, right? So you want to generate the pie chart by, let's say, status, right? And count of statuses. So you set up this configuration, and what you want to do here is, let Trooper know how often you want to send this report to Slack, right? Typically you want to send this once a day, and you want to send it, let's say, at 10 a.m. And let's say any time zone, it really doesn't matter. And you can configure a specific custom message that you want to associate with this. Like I say, hey folks, and pick a channel where you want to deliver this. Maybe demo help desk. Demo help desk report, and that's it, right? So you have set up a chart type of report that is sent to Slack channel at specified frequency. And let's see how this works. I will do a test run of this report now. All right, so this is how typically a report looks like. I think I might be in the wrong channel. Yeah. Yeah, so this is how report looks like. So I mean, this is by status, right? You can see here that these are the tickets and these are the status of each of them. So this is just one example. You could generate reports with any field that you pick, and you can see the distribution of them in your issues. Now, this is not just information purposes. You can actually see the issues that belong to this report by clicking on Show Issues button. So when you do the Show Issues, you can see here that it lists the issues that belong to this report. This is very powerful because you are not only seeing the list of reports that belong to this report, you can also take action on them. So if, for example, this is a ticket that is already closed, and you would want to add a comment or change the status, you can do that right here in response to this report. Change the status, mark it as done. That's it, right? So you can navigate into each of these tickets You can make an update to them if it makes sense, and you can be done with it. So there is, as you can see, there is no navigating away from Slack. You got the information about what are those tickets that need the attention of your team. You also got your team to look into those tickets and make updates to those tickets directly here without leaving Slack. And all of that is now possible right here, right? So I mean, this is a powerful reporting experience for your team. So this is one type of report. There are other types of reports as well. I want to show you one other example quickly. So let's say that I want issues missing updates, right? So here what is happening is I have configured, and this is a software project report, but you can imagine having the same kind of reports for ticketing projects as well. So you want to see any tickets that has not been updated in the past 3 days, and or this can be Vikram, you were asking about how can I be notified about tickets that are potentially going to exceed the SLA commitments. So you can have a JQuery corresponding to this, or you can just use this template, and you can schedule when you want to notify your team about these open tickets, and you can also have them delivered to a specific Slack channel. Now, what this does is, one, it pulls all those tickets that need your team's attention immediately, and it delivers them to Slack in a periodic basis. And it's not just information, like I said, this report can also include actions. So let me show you an example. So here's an example of daily digest of tickets. So this is an example where I'm just sharing a list of tickets here, and maybe I want my team to take action on them. So if there are like 5 tickets that need the attention of the team, because this is getting delivered to the team channel, it gets everybody's attention close to real time, and people, the relevant people can take action right here. They don't have to move into Jira, they can just take action right here. Maybe they will close a bunch of tickets or make updates to some of them. But you will get better engagement with your team, and you will have a better engagement with Jira in general, and keeping Jira up to date more often than not. So that's the ticketing experience. There are a lot of powerful templates that you can start with, or you can create something of your own as well that's very custom to your use case. So that's the end of my demos. So if you have questions, we can discuss.
So Raj, I have question around the same thing, right? Right. Suppose a ticket, right? P0 ticket has only 2 hours of SLA, right? Or even less than that. So how we actually start putting up this thing alert, so that the moment ticket gets created, then it should create an alert, and if it's resolved, then good. If it succeed, then there should be another alert that this SLA is already breached, right? Similar like kind of a thing experience.
Yeah, I got it. What you're saying there. I mean, these are scheduled reports. So if you have scenarios where SLAs are a matter of hours, and you want to be able to monitor them, we are actually building a SLA report template, Vikram. I think that's very custom to the kind of scenario that you're talking about. And rather than wait for a specific time to deliver that information, it will trigger based on whenever there is a SLA breach or there is a potential SLA breach, and that information will be delivered in Slack. So we don't have that capability today, but that's something that we are actively working on, to have like a custom SLA reporting template.
But similar question, right? I understand you will be taking your time and your team might be working on that. Really appreciate that thing. Do we have such capability in the Jira itself where we can actually schedule the triggers accordingly, or alert mechanism?
Are you familiar with the Slack workflow?
I am actually, my team is using Microsoft right Teams, right?
Okay.
So we are actually looking in that direction only, right? But I don't want to disturb you while you will doing a demo here, right? But I was thinking another way around, right? So within the
So,
Jira, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, if you're using Slack, then yes, and there are other options as well. But if you're using Jira, I'm not very familiar, but there is Jira automation capabilities where you can set up a workflow
Okay.
triggers based on specific events. And I may be totally off here, but I've heard that it has capabilities to trigger workflow based on Jira events. So you may want to take a look at Jira automation capabilities to create a custom workflow in Jira. I think that comes part of the product. You don't have to purchase anything, if I'm not wrong. And you can set up a custom workflow that gets triggered on um, a specific Jira event, and some of the actions that you can take include sending a Slack message. So I have not personally used it, but I think that's something that you may want to explore.
Sure. I
Yeah,
will
so that's an add-on called ProTrack or automation for Jira Fields. I think,
Okay.
yeah.
I will check in the marketplace right now after this call, and we'll check and if there will be any ongoing discussion going in the Atlassian community as well. I will seek and help from that direction only. No worries. Thank you so very much for answering my question, Raj. Really appreciate it.
Mhm. Thank you. Any other questions? All right. So thank you everybody for being here. So one thing I want to do before winding up my session is we are available in Atlassian Marketplace. You can find us by searching for Trooper. You can also find us at jiraslackintegration.com. And we have right now around 2,000 customers using our product. So this is something that we are very actively developing. So if you are and so it's only going to get more features in the near future, and it's completely compatible with Cloud Server and DC. So no matter what version of Jira you're using, if you have a Slack installation in your organization, you definitely want to give us a shot to see what is possible.
Thanks, Raj. Raj, one more question. Where your company is based out of?
So we have a primary office in Austin, Texas,
Okay.
but a lot of our engineering team is in India, in Bangalore.
Okay.
So yeah, we have most of our customers in the US right now,
Okay.
but recently we've started to see more traction in India as well. A lot of large companies in India, including Dream11, are actively using Trooper.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a team.
Cool. Thank you.
So Raj, I am actively looking forward for the next session from you on the software projects, because we have got lots of community members who are working as part of the Jira software projects, and they would be really interested to know like how we can leverage Slack with I mean the Slack integration. So yeah, so it was very power packed and it was very informative. Thanks for your time. So I'll just quickly share my screen once again. Documents. So basically, I think if any of the attendees have any additional questions, we can spare another 2 to 3 minutes for that, and else we will say thank you to Rajesh for having his time, and it was really like I mean, as he told during the start of the call, like it was 3 a.m. in the morning and he's having time for us, so I really appreciate that.
Thanks, Raj. Thanks a lot for all your efforts.
No, I mean, thank you for reaching out and making this happen, Soman, and thank you everybody for taking time over a weekend to be here. So yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to engage in further sessions, Soman.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we had the opportunity to discuss ticketing today, but we can discuss, whatever is relevant to your audience in the future.
Right.
I would request everyone to enable their video for us for few seconds so that we can take the screenshot, and that will help us post it on our community channels.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Samvit, Dipanshu, Vikramjit.
I guess I already turned on.
Sorry, I won't be able to do that. Actually, I'm running on a parallel office call as well, right?
No worries, that's perfectly fine. Dipanshu,
Apologies for that. All right.
that's perfectly fine.
Thanks, dear.
Thank you very much. Here, thank you.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Yeah, bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Pushpan. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, right.